Adventure in Pipeman on W4CY Radio.
Welcome to Rockville. North America's largest rock festival is finally here.
This is the Pipeman here on the Adventures of Pipeman W4CY Radio, and I'm here with
Rob from Bowling for Soup.
Nice. Very, very excited. You're here at Welcome to Rockville. Have you played Rockville before?
This is our first welcome to Rockville. Never did it before, so
wow.
I'm stoked, yeah.
You know, it's kind of funny, too. Oh, by the way, this is my grandson here. He plays guitar. That's
Hi.
Cole.
Hi, Cole. How are you?
And he loves your band, so
thanks.
He's here for the interview. And his mother loves your band, too. She's
thanks
somewhere.
to her, too. She may be.
She's coming. She's at the bathroom or something. I told her, you're missing out. Too bad. But you know what it feels like today, the lineup today? It feels like I'm at Warped Tour.
Yeah, it seems like it stands out a little differently from the other days.
Right?
The lineup goes.
It's like the Warped Tour reunion at Welcome to Rockville.
It is cool to see some of our good friends here, and kind of right in a row, too. Lit right before us. We done a bunch with them, and we're pretty close with those dudes. And then right after us is our pals from Florida and Newfound Glory. So we're very excited.
I was just talking to them earlier. They're like neighbors of mine because I live in South Florida, and they said they saw somebody back there that used to work Warped Tour, not band, but
yeah, I saw him. His name's Kenny.
Yeah, there you go. So that's kind of cool, right?
Yeah, it's really neat. You're seeing a lot of familiar faces today, for sure.
Like, you don't expect that. You go to a new festival, like, yeah, bands, you'll see familiar faces, but people that are working or running the festival, you don't expect that. So that's a nice surprise, right?
Yeah, it's cool. And a lot of the times, a lot of crew will just work for multiple different bands sometimes when schedules ease up, or you just from people you may have met doing things like Warped Tour and stuff. So it makes sense. It's really neat to see familiar faces, though. I love it. It makes me feel comfortable and not like a stranger.
Right.
And since we've never done this festival, I was just like, is it like our people? Are they going to like us?
I know, right? Well, what I find about the Danny Wimmer festivals is we don't give a shit about genres. We don't give a shit about who's an outsider because we're all on the inside, one big family.
Yeah, I feel like that's common across just music in general, which is very nice, but sometimes you get in your own head about it a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's very comfortable here. Everyone's really very nice, and everything looks awesome, and we're just excited to play this show.
Nice. What is going on after Rockville?
After Rockville, I'm going to sleep. And then as far as, if I'd imagine what you mean is what's going on with Bowling for Soup.
Yeah.
Rockville. And,
but I like your answer though. So I'm glad I asked
certainly going to do that. We're, I think the next thing we have is Warped Tour in DC.
Oh, nice.
We're doing all three of those Warped Tour shows this year. So there's DC, Long Beach, and then Orlando. But that's in November. And we're actually doing some shows in Florida around that.
Nice.
Kind of like basically from New Orleans into Florida, and then doing Warped Tour Orlando. But a couple other things here and there that I'm not remembering completely off the top of my head. A couple other festivals, doing a lot of festivals this year. And then we have a pretty lengthy summer tour with Simple Plan and 303.
Wow.
So it's busy. That'll be great, though. We're really excited.
How does it feel to be so busy still after all these years?
Feels very nice. Last year kind of kicked our asses a little bit in a good way. It was 30 years of the band and 20 years of the album A Hangover You Don't Deserve, which has 1985 and Almost and Ohio and a bunch of fan favorite songs, if you will. But so we toured on that album last year, like pretty hard, harder than we've done in very, very long time. To be able to come off of that really busy year and come right into this other busy year, but it's some more time at home with families and stuff, but a lot more back and forth fly dates and all that. But it's really cool to be busy and that people still want to see us and still hang out with us.
Well, there you go. And yeah, I'll be at Warped Tour Long Beach and at Orlando as well.
No way. Me too.
It's going to be, I know, right? It's going to be wild. Like I wonder if it's going to be the same.
It's going to be the same, but different. It can't be the same because it already happened. So
exactly.
It's how it was in 2019 after the tour was done and they did those two festival shows in Long Beach and we did Atlantic City. And it was completely the same, but totally different. And it's very hard to describe other than that. So I feel like this is going to be another new phase of it where it's going to be its own thing, but it's still going to be the Warped Tour. So we're really, really happy to be a part of it and really happy Kevin wanted us back. And we always love being with him and all the other bands. They picked such a great lineup this year.
I know, right? It's really killer. And
for sure.
If you were to take one story, good or bad, that you would tell your grandkids about this whole musical journey, what sticks out in your mind most?
Oh boy, what sticks out? We could go the easy answer where it's like honestly, you know what? I'm going to go with this one. This year, so it hasn't happened yet, but still the anticipatory period into it in December we're headlining Wembley Arena in London.
Whoa.
And that's like something that even
That's bucket list.
Even when we had big ambitions and we were still like, that's never going to happen. And we're doing it.
Wow.
It's going to sell out. So
how does it feel like after all these years that you're still relevant?
I know. It's great.
Like, how does that happen? You must be really fucking good because
we're just really great. We're just perfect at performing. So.
I know, but really, seriously though, like most bands don't last that long. So it really says a lot about your musicianship, your live shows, and everything that you do as a band, and probably the cohesiveness of your band and connection.
I think the most important thing is that we're friends and we like each other.
Exactly. That's the only way you last, right?
I know a lot of bands that don't like each other, and that's what they want. Their business. We kind of live by if it stops being fun, we're going to stop doing it.
If you're not having fun in the music business, this is the wrong business because
sure.
everything else sucks.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Right?
Airports suck.
Yeah. And everything, you know, it's like that's the fun part.
Yeah, the fun part is being with your friends. I'm enjoying this. This is great. We're in the shade.
Yes, that's definitely a benefit. Like I walk back here from the stage, that little 5 minutes, I'm like, oh,
yeah,
I'm glad to be back in the press area.
It is very conveniently located, though. It is nice that it's right there.
Yeah, totally. I love doing this festival. I do them all over the U.S., UK, Europe, and I have to walk the least at this festival, so I like that. And I can park my vehicle right back there.
You're all set up.
I live in South Florida, so I drive up here. I can take my 50-pound bag and not wear it or carry it around when I'm done and just put it in and go enjoy the show.
You got it all figured out.
Exactly, 100%. What would you want to tell the audience? If you had a choice of a question somebody was going to ask you, what would you want to answer to the audience?
You want me to just give the answer without asking the question?
Sure, that would be fun.
1962.
I love it. So now we should just run a contest. Maybe I'll run a contest. Okay. Are you playing any other Danny Wimmer festivals?
I'm not. Honestly, I'm not really too sure because I don't know which festivals are.
Okay. So here's what I'll do. If anybody DMs me on my socials after hearing this and knows
the question
is they will win tickets to their choice of Louder Than Life or Aftershock.
I like that. I'll be very impressed. It's possible. It's not an impossible inside thing, but man, if they get it, I'll be stoked.
See, that's pretty cool, right? How have people reach out to you on your socials, on the web, and most importantly, though, buy your merch? Because that's the only way bands survive today, and they can't listen to my show unless they buy your merch.
I like that. You're very demanding, but you demand perfection.
Exactly.
It's just bowlingforsoup.com. It has everything. You know, that has all of our tour dates. It has our merch, links to our merch. I'm pretty sure it has links to our social media for the band, which then would bring you to our personal ones if you want to get to know us. I just post the same things all the time anyway, but still, it's fun. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Bowlingforsoup.com is the gateway to all things Bowling for Soup.
There you go. I love it. So what would you think is the best part about being a band in 2025 compared to when you started? And what's the worst?
The best part is how far, well, first of all, the best part about being in this band, as I've said, is that we genuinely love each other and it's always fun and we like being with each other. As far as like the other side of stuff, though we do have a crew and all that, they don't have to lug around big, giant, stupid things, heavy gear anymore because everything's these tiny little hard drives. Like amps are these tiny little things now. They're not these big, stupid, heavy, dumb junk. So all that stuff's easier and just sounds better and everything's just more convenient. Everything's more convenient for sure.
That helps because it would have helped me back in the 80s when I climbed up on top of a Marshall stack and did a stage dive and the crowd moved.
You wouldn't have done it.
I wouldn't have been able to do it. There would be no stack. I wouldn't have knocked my teeth out.
You should have just done that this year.
Exactly, right? What's your other answer? What would you say is the worst about 2025 being a band compared?
I guess before social media and stuff, it was more about how good your show was for you to stand out, and now it's more about how good your TikToks are. And I'm not talking shit on that. I think it's great. It's not the world I grew up in. So our singer Jared is very, very in tune with all that, and he does a really good job at it. So I'm very fortunate for that. But it's just not for me.
Yeah, and you know what? It is true though, because like I've had a couple artists that I've managed, and they don't give a shit about me sending them the music. They want to see what their social function is.
Exactly. Yeah, and I think that's a downfall. I mean, it's great. It's great what it does for bands, but I also think it takes away the things that I cared about when I was starting to play music. But not to sound too,
It's not a negative. I don't think it's negative. I think there's good and bad in everything.
Of course.
And
so that's kind of what you should take from that.
That's why I ask you. It's like, there's good and bad to everything.
Yeah.
You know, and you gotta wait. Like all the positives now may outweigh that negative. You know, and
I don't disagree. I think you're right.
I think the negative when you began is having to sleep on floors and eat bologna sandwiches.
Yeah, of course. There's always that. You got to sort of want to put up with that if you really believe what you're doing is going to make people happy.
No doubt. And so, if you were to ask my grandson something, what would it be?
What's your favorite band?
Better say the right answer to him.
This isn't a trap. I swear. I really want to know.
You guys, very close second.
I'll take it. That's all right. We can get past that. I want to know the real answer.
Number one is definitely Green Day. I'm
Okay.
excited to see them.
We have a Green Day shirt, so I didn't know if that's what you're going for, but you're going to see them, so that's great.
Yep.
And they are excellent.
Who's your mom's favorite band?
Hey, Mom, who's your favorite band? Bowling for Soup. She saw you.
She said Bowling for Soup, I swear.
I don't remember that.
I'm telling the microphone.
Come on over. Come on over, Leanne. So how cool does that feel to be an artist and you have a mother and son and grandfather that are all into your band?
It's pretty impressive.
Right?
Generational. I like it. And I like your neck fan. That's a very smart idea.
Gosh, it's so hot today. I can't
is
believe how hot it is.
I know. I live in Pennsylvania. I'm not used to this.
You just hit it?
No, thanks. You keep it on. I can go to air conditioning pretty soon.
So, tell them what you're saying.
So I'm saying Bowling for Soup has been one of my top bands forever. I saw you guys in the Warped Tour in West Palm Beach, Coral Sky Amphitheater back then, 2002 probably, maybe
Wow.
2003. And you guys were on a little stage about this high, and I swear I was in the front singing every song, jamming out to you guys.
I'm so glad you had fun.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yes, absolutely. And now my son loves you, and
Hell yeah.
it's crazy when he told me he listens to you.
And you know what? It was hot as fuck there.
Yeah, well, it's Florida, so I mean, I knew coming into here it wasn't going to be a nice, cool, breezy day. So
I always wondered why on Warped Tour the last tour date was West Palm Beach in August.
I do remember that. Yeah,
And I was
Why
like,
would I do that?
why would you do that?
And in Chicago.
Is there a band you want to see while you're here at Rockville if you have time?
Yeah, I'm actually going to go as soon as we're done here. I'm going to head over and see Lit because I love.
Nice.
It's cool to be friends with your favorite bands, you know. So I'm gonna go check out Lit, and then after us, I'm gonna watch Newfound Glory. I've been seeing them for years, and they always put on. I say they have the most entertaining show in our world, which people refer to as pop punk. I think they're the champions of it. They put on a
That's
fantastic
pretty
show.
cool.
Yeah.
And Red Jumpsuit Apparatus.
Yeah, playing earlier, right?
Yeah, and they played Blink 182.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Very cool.
So there you go. It's definitely a Warped Tour day at Welcome to Rockville.
For sure.
I'm so happy you're here to play it.
I'm so happy I'm here too.
Badass. And
Hell yeah.
Thanks for being on the Adventures of Pipeman.
Thank you very much for having me. See you next time. Hey, this is Rob from Bowling for Soup, and you're listening to the Pipeman on W4CY Radio.
Thank you for listening to the Adventures of Pipeman on W4CY Radio.